What can people expect out of the Kirtland Hornets this year?
I think a lot of people are expecting big things. We have a good returning defense that's playing good, and we have a lot of people, leaders that are stepping up. So I think playoff run could be expected.
They can expect hard work 100% every game. They're going to expect you can expect to show every time.
Greatness. We're going to be pretty good this year, so I'm very excited.
Fired up team that has a lot of heart, and a team that is just going to be ready every Friday night and ready to play.
You can expect us to be really good, way better than last year. With Kirtland, they're 1-3. We have a great chance at the playoffs now.
Toughness.
Real good, 10-0, expecting to be 10-0. Go deep in the playoffs, hopefully knock the Ursuline off.
An undefeated season, hopefully.
We expect to make a deep run in the playoffs and win a lot of games.
Eric, what can people expect out of the Hornets this year?
A lot. You can expect a lot. I mean, we work real hard and we're going to go as far as we possibly can, and we will never give up.
When I say Cuyahoga Heights, what comes to mind?
Oh, it's fun. You wait for it all year.
Why is that?
Because it's always a great game, and it's very competitive, and nothing compares to it.
Are they a big rival?
Oh yeah.
How big?
I say it's a game you look forward to, no matter who you're playing. You know, you always got a little Cuyahoga Heights practice in between, preparing for any other team.
When I say Cuyahoga Heights, what comes to mind?
Just destroy them. A big rivalry, so we don't really like them that much, and I mean, we love it. It's high intensity. It's good. It's a great week.
Rivalry. I'm ready to play. Rivalry. Ready to get out there and just can't wait to play. The biggest game in the year, basically.
Why is it such a big game?
It's always been a big game for the last few years, and we always prepare for this team since week one. You know, it's just the biggest game of the year.
I hate them.
They're really tough. It's been a battle with them multiple years. I mean, they're tough. They'll hit you, and it's always fun.
They a big rival?
Oh yeah.
How big?
Pretty big. We know all their names. They know all our names, so.
Tough game, tough kids. You know, a lot of preparation, good practice.
Are they a big rival?
Yeah, new rival, but a big rival.
Big rivalry every year. Just that's our biggest game of the year every year. So we gotta go. And we gotta bring it.
Why is that?
They're the best team on our schedule usually, and it's last couple of years just been a great rivalry.
Let's win.
Are they a big rival to you?
Biggest of all time.
When I say Cuyahoga Heights, what comes to mind?
Big rivalry, you know. A lot of close games in the past couple of years, and it's a big game. You know, usually if you lose, it's tough to make the playoffs. So it's a big game.
I think they're the biggest game that we're going to have until playoffs. So
How big of a rivalry are they?
probably our biggest.
Our enemies, rivals for past years, we don't like them very much.
How big of a game is that?
It's probably the biggest game of the season right now.
Rivalry and I don't know, just passion to fight against them and battle.
Why is it such a big rivalry?
I don't know. They're always good and we're always good. So I mean, it's fun. It's a good game to play. We hate each other, so.
Rivalry. Best game of the year. That's what comes to mind.
Why is that?
It's the most fun game we have all year because it's always the closest, it's always the hardest played. And that's what's fun.
How nice was that first quarter of the playoff game last year?
It was great. I think we were up 21-0, but it was exciting. We came off pretty fast, and it was great.
When you took that first run and you busted it, what was going through your mind?
I don't really know. There was a lot of stuff going on, but I was excited. Good run. Just play some defense, and that's about it.
You think they're gunning for you this year?
Yeah, probably. I know we have other weapons. We have Damon. I know they'll be keen on. It'll make my job easier. But yeah, it should be exciting.
How about being a Division V program? Some people think of little schools as they don't have much power and everything, but you got to be one of the top teams in the state, no matter what size school.
We've had some great players that have we've been playing Division II and III teams, in our schedule the last 2 or 3 years right out of the gate, and we've fared fairly well against the Division II and III teams, and it's tough. It's really tough up front because we have a bunch of good skill guys. We've been fortunate to have some good skill players, but when you play bigger schools, it's the offensive and defensive line that takes its toll, because they just have sometimes more bigger bodies that can wear you down. But we've been real fortunate to have some decent linemen, and we've won some games, some close games against the big schools, and those are fun games.
How about one of your players? How nice is it to have a Christian Howard?
Well, any coach would be very fortunate to coach a kid like that. He makes plays on both sides of the ball. He's a smart player. He's an intense player. He's a very talented, skilled player, and he's a great leader. He leads by example. He doesn't scream and shout at the younger kids. He just shows them, how to get it done. Yeah, he's got great feet. He's patient when he gets the ball, and what helps him the most is he is a weight room fanatic. I mean, he's in there 5, 6, 7 days a week. He's in there on Sundays when you're not allowed to even be in the high school weight, in the weight room, and sometimes he gets kicked out of there by the janitors, but he really, really works hard, and that sets the tone. When your best player works extremely hard, that's a great show of leadership to the younger kids and how to become successful.
Offensively, when you have a Damon and a Christian, that's almost like a thunder and lightning when you kind of consider it that way. How nice to have that combo.
There's no doubt about it. Those two are special. I could coach a long time and not have a duo like that, where we have one guy that's really good between the tackles, and then we got another guy that is really, really fast. So that is dangerous, and we try to find ways to get them the ball in an intelligent way that makes it tough to defend.
Don't give away any secrets of the Kirtland Hornets, but if you were an opposing defensive coordinator, how would you stop the Kirtland offense?
Well, Coach Beeler tries in practice all the time. We do a lot of live, best on best, and I'll just say he does a nice job, but he has a tough time stopping us. So it's competitive. A lot of times, what we do in practice on Tuesdays is a lot more competitive than what we see on a Friday night. So, and I think that helps our really good younger players that start on defense. I think that's part of the reason we're good, is because we do a lot of stuff that very, very competitive during two-a-days and during camp, and we go best on best all the time, and I think that helps us, and I think we can improve a lot throughout the year.
When I say Cuyahoga Heights, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Very, very well coached team. Al Martin and Coach Durazio and Coach Schaefer are three of the most respected coaches in the area, and every year, depending on the talent they get, they do the best job they can preparing them, and they're always going to be well prepared. They're always going to attack defensively and be physical, and they're not going to hurt themselves with silly mistakes and penalties. So, they've won, I don't know, since I've been here, I don't think they've lost a regular season game, except a couple to us. But I know they've been 10-0 or 9-1 every year since I've been here.
How big of a rivalry is this?
It's a fun rivalry in the fact that our kids get excited for it, their kids get excited for it. We're both public schools, Division V, same size, that have good athletes, and we try to coach them up, and it really is a fun rivalry.
What would be a key to victory against Heights this year?
Taking care of the football, and obviously stop their triple option attack, and then make sure Logan Matt, he's a tremendous wideout, and make sure he doesn't, beat us with big plays. I know Xander's a great quarterback. He's a very accurate passer. Logan Matt's a very, very good wideout, and so we have to be disciplined, not make mistakes, not turn the ball over, and be great in the kicking game. I think Jared Lyon's a big weapon. We're real fortunate to have him. I think he's a Division I kicker. He made a 52-yard field goal last year in a game, and his kickoffs, routinely are in the end zone. And he punts for us, and I think he's a big weapon in a tight game like this. That could be the difference. They're big up front. They got a great offensive line. and they do what they do, and that's run a triple option. And that their fullback they have this year is strong and big and fast, and they block it well. And that's what they've done for 10, 12 years. I don't expect anything different. I think they're going to come out, run the triple option, and throw it to Logan Matt with their play action, and they'll get in their 3-by-1 sets and try to get Logan Matt with a mismatch. And
Coach, going to put you on the spot. Give me a prediction for the Cuyahoga Heights Kirtland game.
I will say the team that has the least amount of turnovers will win the game. That's my true feeling about the game. Least amount of turnovers will probably win the game.